I felt like it was time for a progress check. But what we want to do is go back and compare Trish 2 years ago to Trish today. And there's a great interview that we did about 2 years ago. It's kind of painful to watch. I've cut it down a little bit. To me, being able to look at her 2 years ago and compare to how her memory is today is really an eye opener. Let's watch this, and then I'll tell you what my reaction is. Hey, Trish, it's been an interesting morning.
Yes, it has.
Do you remember what we started chasing for this morning? What?
My glasses, which are now around my neck.
Let me see. Hold them up for me.
They're here.
There they are.
I don't have to buy any more.
Yes, I was wearing them around my neck because I kept misplacing. I just used cheater glasses.
Yeah.
And I kept, looking, and I thought, where did I put those things? And finally, I started wearing them around my neck.
Yeah.
Because when I'm working, I need to see close up, but I
Yeah.
also need to see the distance. So I'm constantly putting them down and losing them. So now we got you tethered to your glasses.
I'm tethered.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Which is good. There's been some other things happening with you lately too, right?
Well, yes, but right now I can't think of it.
Well, I'll help you. You're having trouble right after you take your meds. You don't remember that you've just taken them.
Yeah.
So you have to rely on me for that.
Yes.
And often you can't remember if you've pooped. And I have to monitor that, don't I?
Well,
yeah.
I guess so. I mean,
because you worry about it. So, see, you worry about it because for years you took depression drugs, and they really do mess with your colon.
You're right.
So now you don't need those anymore, but you keep forgetting that you don't need to worry about your colon anymore because all those problems went away. I can't get you to eat pizza. I'll explain it to you. And last night you just wouldn't eat it.
I know.
You picked the meat off of it, didn't you?
You mean pick the cheese?
Meat. You picked the meat off the pizza and just ate the meat.
Oh, that's probably a bit severe, I guess.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. I keep trying to tell you that, but you can't.
Yeah.
It won't go in.
I know.
But that's all gone now.
Yeah, and it's gone because I don't have I'm not taking the psychotropics.
Yeah. The doctor did suggest you try, every time you tried to take that, you were miserable. And that is supposedly, according to our neurologist, the only thing that really works for improving your memory for Alzheimer's. When it comes to something as valuable as your memory, let's not pretend that it's getting better if it's not. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sadly enough, yes.
Our days are different now. I spend a lot more time taking care of you than I used to, don't I?
Yes.
And you are now you can still drive, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're kind of afraid to drive.
Well, yeah, I am because I haven't gotten in there and driven it away. I'm just sort of letting you take care of it. And probably it would be good if we did a few excursions to certain places.
Well, aren't you afraid to go to Kroger by yourself?
No, not really. I don't think Kroger.
Yeah, because
it's so
the last
close.
last time you went by yourself, you got stuck going round and round. You were in the aisle, you got there.
Yeah.
But you got stuck on one aisle and you kept going back and forth. Your memory wouldn't let you realize that you already had things in your cart. And you would go back and get them again, and then you realize you already had them, and you got stuck in that circle. Do you remember? And I came in. I had to come over there and rescue you. You called me, and I said, honey, you were supposed to get 2 things. You've been gone for 30 minutes. It's 2 minutes up the road. And I said, what's going on? And you said, well, I don't know. I can't figure it out. So I came over and rescued you. Do you remember? It was no big deal.
Yeah.
But I think
that what would help me is if if I drove and you were in the car with me, and maybe you made a few comments about this or that. But I used to leave and go shopping all the time.
Well, I don't think you would get lost going to Kroger. It's 2 blocks away.
Yeah.
But I worry about you trying to go to Green Hills by yourself. I don't think you could do it. That's 20 miles.
Yeah. I agree with you on that too. Yeah.
So even though you can drive, the only time I really feel safe with you driving is on the interstate, because then you're just going straight.
Right.
You ask me, where do I get off? And you do a good job of staying awake, whereas I don't do a good job of staying awake.
So there's a little point for me.
Yay!
Yeah.
You're
and,
still holding your own.
Yeah, in some things, yes. I'm grateful for all of that. What I think I miss is the camaraderie with my friends at work. That was a big thing for me. You know, how I enjoyed the friends.
Now, we have a couple of friends that we've been seeing that I picked up on the road of bicycling. My friend Julio bicycles with me. And you really like those people, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Even though they can't speak English.
I know.
Julio can. He's excellent. He's been here a long time. But Soli, boy, she gets maybe 4 or 5 words out, and then she looks at him.
I know. Well, I tried to talk with her too, and it was difficult.
But you get along with her really well.
Yeah.
The reason I say this, I was worried about letting you go to walk alone with Soli. And you guys went walking, and Julio and I got on our bikes.
Yeah.
Well, you had a delightful time.
Yeah.
Even though you couldn't really communicate with her very well.
I know. I think, well, sometimes I do stuff with my hands, or,
Yeah.
you know, you can see by my face if I'm laughing or whatever. But yeah, there is that right there causes a little problem, because we can't really talk to each other.
And that's really a community. You know, that's just an English problem. But I'm proud of the way you handle it, because she really likes you a lot. Of course, most people do.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting that she likes you, even though there's a big old language barrier there.
I know.
You have pelvic issues. You have a lot of pain down in the pelvic region.
Yeah.
I'm starting to have sciatica. I get my sciatica. It's killing me. I'm going to be 70 next month, and
I'm coming right on up there.
Yeah. You're 60.
What am I? 60.
68.
68.
Yeah.
So I'm like really right there with you. It's not that much of a difference.
That's right.
You know.
Well, the pelvic pain you have is really, really hard to manage, because with the dementia, you can't keep track of your medications, and I have to do that for you. And you've lost some medications, and I had to find them, and that becomes difficult. And you can't really call the doctors anymore, because you don't know that you were just there yesterday. You don't remember. You're constantly asking me to get you a gyno, and we just got a new gyno.
I can't think of who she is.
It's a her. And I can't think of her name. I can't call her name right off the bat. Me either.
Me either.
But she has already put you through several procedures to try to block some of the pain that you're having. You're having very common pains with women your age. There are a lot of women your age with the same kind of pain you have.
Yeah.
And it complicates everything, because we have to manage that in addition to the problems with the memory.
Yeah.
So there are times when you're just you don't know what to do.
And you know, one thing is I need to get me a little thing or notebook that opens this way.
Uh-huh.
And because sometimes you can put little things here on the side for what specific meds I take, this, that, and the other. But
You have those all over the house.
I have what?
Notebooks like that all over the house. you, you make notes and then you forget where you put your notes, and then you forget where your notebook is, and I keep trying to get you. Just tell me, because I have a cell phone. I put everything in my cell phone, and I never lose anything because I never lose my cell phone. So I'm trying to help you.
I appreciate that so much, and I need to probably do what you're telling me. I guess most of my life, being a nurse and all, I had to constantly write what the patient was doing, and this, that, and the other, and then, of course, and then you get a call, 2 or 3 calls from people about this, that, and the other thing. So I don't know what else to say about how I can manage that.
Have you noticed that we used to watch movies together, and now you can't sit through a movie anymore? Have you noticed that?
Well, maybe some, but I didn't realize just how much.
Even movies that you really like, you can't seem to get through the whole movie.
Yeah, that could be part of the dementia thing.
Oh, it is. You used to really be attentive when we were watching movies, and you would never stop the movie. Now 5 minutes in, we're stopping the movie, and you telling me something. And the same thing with the news. A little bit of the news goes by, and you start talking, and I have to stop it to listen to you talk and to answer your question for you, and then I go back and start it again. It's really, the memory thing is really causing us trouble.
Yeah.
You just this morning, you lost your keys again, in addition to losing your glasses. So my life is spent running behind you trying to find these things. You know who found those glasses for you.
You did.
Yeah, they were right on your nightstand, just sitting there right next to the bed. You had torn this place apart. You were calling restaurants, looking at I was setting all this gear up while you were doing all that. I thought, you didn't look in the obvious place, which was...
Yeah, I know what's happening to me, and that's what causes me pain, which is not good. And I really don't even want to hear about it. But I guess I need to know what I'm doing right and doing wrong. It's just my brain has been affected tremendously by this, and I don't know what to do except to keep going and keeping busy. And the two of us doing things together makes me really feel good. Even though, and I'm actually aware when I'm with you. I'm thinking, well, what are the stupid things I'm going to say, and how do I get out of it? And so, see, I'm actually aware of how I'm decreasing, and so I'm trying to make the best out of it that I can, but sometimes I just can't.
Well, you're always fighting it, and you're always trying to keep a smile on your face. You're trying so hard not to go dark, but gosh, it's hard.
Yes.
When you see your future ahead of you, and it doesn't look very bright. But I think what's great is that we're using the time that we do have together to go places and see people.
Mm-hmm. And I like that. That is what keeps me together, because I need to be out and about. I want to be. So there again, then I have to use you. I don't drive anymore. I am a little afraid to, but you don't really forget about that. I have driven with you.
Yeah.
And so I think I do pretty good.
And you're okay with me leaving you for a little while, but I can't leave for very long without you really worrying.
From the house?
Yeah. Yeah, I try to make sure my bike ride's no longer than an hour because I know you start worrying a lot when I'm not here.
Yeah, because I know I'm compromised,
Yeah.
and I could do something scary, and I don't want to do that, but mostly I feel like I'm still here.
You're still here, trust me.
Yes,
And
okay.
I'm still here with you.
I know, and
I'll always be here with you, too.
I know, and that means a lot. I don't want you to leave. I mean, I don't plan on that.
You know that's not going to happen, honey, don't you? You know that. Deep down inside, you know that.
Yeah, I know.
And you know how much my family loves you.
And I love them. I really do.
Yeah, they really love you. You got a lot of people on your side, honey.
Yeah.
So you don't ever have to worry about taking a single step by yourself. Well, I'll always be there with you. I promise. No matter what happens. Even if I die, I'll come back from the dead and I'll take care of you. But I think I'm going to last a lot longer.
Probably so, yes. Just make sure, I just want to make sure nothing happens to you in the car or anywhere. So, you're very smart, and you do drive well, so that's a good thing. And my driving is maybe not all that good because I don't know that I trust it because I've been away from it for a while.
What's the hardest part of what you're going through right now? I mean, is it the dementia or is it the pelvic pain?
You could put, well, both of those things are very hard on me. And the only thing we can do is see what the doctors tell us to do, which I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to be doing right now.
You're doing what you should do. I'm making sure you do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep you on your meds, and we do regular exercise.
Yeah.
You know, I've got sciatica, so I have to have exercises too.
Yeah.
If I don't ride that bike, I'm in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm having to start doing those stretching exercises. You ought to start doing those with me. I think they'd be good for you.
Yeah. Are those some of the ones that we worked on?
Yeah, the ones you had.
Yes.
Mine are almost just like that.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. So, you know, we'll start doing that together.
Yeah.
Is there anything you could tell people that are going through this that might help them?
Well, I want to say stick to maybe the process of your everyday life and keep it pretty well common, and don't break up what you've got. Does that make sense?
You mean keep a regular schedule?
Yeah, like when you eat, when I eat,
when you go to sleep?
When I sleep, yeah. And then also in the summertime, I like working in the gardens.
Yeah.
We have a nice garden area in the back, and then two over here in the front. Of course, right now it's wet and cold out, so not many people are getting out to do any,
Right. You know, at night, a lot of times I have to sleep in here because of the way the couch reclines. It doesn't hurt my back so much. And a lot of times when you go to bed, you say, "Will you come to bed with me?"
Yeah, it's a little sad that you don't. But
I know.
But it's better for your back, I think.
Yeah, but I do come in there and lay down with you.
Yeah, you do.
I feel like it's almost like putting a little girl to bed, you know, putting my little girl to bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lay down there with you and hold you tight, and we kind of drift off together.
I know, and that is such a sweet, kind thing for
both.
Us to do.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate that.
And then a lot of times I'm hurting too much. I can't lay there very much longer, and I'll get up, and when I start to leave, you'll pull me over and kiss me goodnight and say, "Have a good night." Good night.
Yeah.
Always a big smile.
Yes.
I love that part of our life. It's sweet.
It is. It is.
And I come in here and wrestle on the couch all night long.
Yeah, I know. I wonder about that. You know.
Oh, well. So I guess that's all I've got for today. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I appreciate you getting us together so that we can watch it maybe every now and then and see that we have a better life than we even think we have.
That's right. We do.
You know, because there's a lot of arguing that goes on in some places, houses, and
We don't argue much, do we?
No.
We don't.
No, we don't.
We see a lot of other people arguing.
Yeah.
After watching this, it's clear to me that although the disease has progressed, it hasn't progressed very much at all. 2 years ago, she's very similar to the way she behaves today, the way she responds to questions. So I'm gratified by the lack of progress of the disease. It's not been bad. So it's kind of a reason to give me some hope that this can go on for a while and we can stay together and continue to have a good quality, high quality of life.